People say that silver stackers are some of the most patient people in the world. I disagree. Those people think that because they don't understand the reason we're investing into silver. They look at silver's average price being $15 over the last decade and say, what are you guys doing? Little do they know that we're actually investing our money into silver to preserve our wealth against inflation because we know the dollar's inevitable outcome. Now, I'm not about to sit here and beg you to subscribe to this channel, but I highly recommend you do since I post daily videos. I'm always going to keep you in the loop with the newest, latest, freshest, most up-to-date recent information in the world of silver. You cannot be blindly investing in today's day and age. That's gambling. It's called a silver stacking strategy for a reason. Now, look at the 1 week chart for silver, right? It's just plummeting. It really is. And there's even this article that came out. It's talking about silver markets continue to plunge. This came out May 2nd, so this was, I guess, 2 days ago for you, but it's just talking about how silver markets have fallen rather significantly during the trading session on Monday as we continue to plunge toward the major support level underneath in the form of the $22 level. Now, I definitely think that there's going to be a lot of support around that level, and if you guys don't know, the resistance level is what it's trying to break above. Support is what's trying to stay above. Here we could even, I'll show you on this chart. So let's go to like the 6-month chart. This is a resistance level. These are resistance levels, right? It's trying to break above this $26-ish resistance level, but it's also trying to stay above this $22 support level. If it breaks above the resistance, then it usually goes into overbought territory and takes off a little bit before it corrects, like you see both here. But if it breaks below the support level, it's usually going to crash pretty hard, and then it usually recovers. That's also why when prices are skyrocketing or falling, you want to be careful because they usually correct pretty soon after. But anyways, it goes on to say that markets have been very negative during the trading session Monday as we continue to plummet. And it's really interesting, and they mention it right here. Therefore, you need to be very close to the US dollar index. If that continues to rise, it will put a lot of negative pressure on the silver market overall. After all, silver is highly sensitive, and then of course it's also not only a precious metal but also an industrial one, where it's kind of it's a double-edged sword, right? It can be very good since it's an industrial metal, but also can be very bad since it's an industrial metal. Plus, also since the silver market is so much smaller compared to gold, that's why it's more volatile. When money goes into silver compared to gold, it can hit higher highs but also lower lows. So be careful. That's why it's called the devil's metal, the riskier version of gold, and that's why a lot of people can lose money in silver, especially since it's so volatile. If you're emotionally attached, it can be very, very hard to stay chill. And that's why I always say, don't worry about the day-to-day prices. Just buy it, throw it in your safe, and hold on to it for a decade. You'll be good, all right? But so anyways, the $22 level has been massive support more than once, and it's probably worth noting that we got here rather quickly, and that's definitely the truth when you look at the 1 week chart. Because of that, we could get a bit of a bounce, but that bounce would not be something that I trust in the short term. In fact, I would look for any type of bounce to be a potential selling opportunity with candlesticks that show exhaustion being trigger points. You do not want to sell anytime soon. And for them to say that is just so stupid to me. This is what doesn't make sense to me. Let's look at this. For some reason, these articles will say if the price is down here, if it bounces, you want to sell. Sell down here. But if it's up here, they're going to be telling you to buy it. I'm not kidding. If silver was at 26, 27, they'll be saying this is a great time to enter the market. But down here, since it's at 22, if it goes up to 23 or 24, sell it, right? That makes no sense. Why would you buy high and sell low? Why are you telling people to buy it when it's high, but if it's down to 22 or 23 and then it starts to get, then you sell it, right? And I see their logic. This is a perfect example. They're saying if it's down here and it bounces up to, let's say, 24, you want to sell it because then if it goes back down, which they're saying it probably will because it's going to correct, then at least you get this little profit. But why would you sell it there? Why not wait for 5-10 years when it's triple, quadruple this? This is a very short short-sighted perspective to look at things, and it's, I guess, more for people that are trading. If you're just someone who's buying physical silver, then just buy it and hold it. Like I said, just buy it, hold on to it for 5, 10, 15 years, and then do what you want to do. But don't just sell once there's a slight correction after it bounces from the support level. That's the worst advice you could give anyone. But anyways, that's enough of that article. So this is another article titled "Silver Retreats as Sell-Off Continues." It's so weird that people are selling off at the lowest price. Like, that is the worst way to invest. Like, investors, it's so crazy to me. It's so crazy. I mean, I'm used to it by now because I've been investing for so many years, and especially into silver. But it's just, I still don't get it. Why are people selling off when it's the lowest price it's been in so long? That makes no sense. That means they're guaranteeing that they are losing money when they could just hold on to it, because 99% of the time the price does go back up within a couple of months or a year. It just doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, that's all fear-based. That means that they're scared that it's going to go down to 15 or whatever. Okay, if it does, then hold on to it until it goes back up past 15, or buy it at 15 so you lower your dollar per ounce average. Like, people, you got to step back and look at the bigger picture. And like, we could even do that. Like, look at the all-time. This is an all-time thing, and that's why I said the average price of silver over the last 10 years has been $15. Like, I've been making silver stacking videos daily on this channel since like 2015, 2016. And I remember, yeah, actually 2015, because I remember the July 2016 high of $21 silver when it broke past that right here. I remember making those videos during this time right here in 2016, and we like celebrated, like silver broke past $20. Holy crap. But if you step back, barely, 10 years ago, silver was up here, just 10 years ago. So think about in 10 years where it could be, especially given the circumstances moving forth. So silver's losing ground as gold tests the support at $1,865. Strong dollar and rising treasury yields are key bearish catalysts for silver markets. I also want to say something else real quick. When we talk about precious metals, I'm talking about the long haul, the long haulers, the long term. If you're someone saying silver's a waste of time, it's been $15 for the last 10 years, it's not going to do anything, you're missing the entire point that we're investing. We're not investing as a get-rich-quick scheme. Go to crypto for that. We are looking at the dollar strength. We're looking at the financial system. We're looking at taking complete control of our wealth and putting that fake money into something that has intrinsical value within itself, regardless of spot price. No matter who says the 1 ounce coin is worth what is irrelevant, because the coin's value is the 1 ounce inside of it, not the price tag. And until you understand that, you'll never understand why people invest into silver. So this is talking about a move below the $22 support will push towards the $22.10, which it's looking like it's at $22.81. So who knows, it might. But it's also mentioning how silver ETF is under strong pressure at the start of the week. We actually saw sales down, starting to slow down. I mean, but that's rightfully so. The U.S. Mint sold 5 million ounces the first month of January. We're talking about record-breaking sales. So it was inevitable that sales were going to start to slow down. But that's not saying much. We're still talking about very high demand, and that demand is only going to increase over, the next 10 years. So silver is currently trying to settle below the support at $22.30, while U.S. dollar is gaining ground against broad basket of currencies. And then the Silver Trust, the iShares Silver Trust, is at $20.50. So gold did settle below the support at $1,880. By the way, do you guys invest in the gold? Are you investing in the gold right now? A lot of people, actually, I do see a lot more people starting to get into gold. And that's not a bad thing. Diversity is definitely key. There is some advantage and there are some pros to invest into gold, especially if you're a heavy investor. You can fit $100,000 of gold in a shoebox. Gold is more of a monetary metal. and it is a much bigger there's a much bigger market, so the prices are more stable. So, there's definitely some benefits in investing in the gold. Plus, gold is just cool to have. So, do you or would you consider it? And if you do, what's the ratio? Is it every 100 ounces of silver you get 1 ounce of gold? That's probably the most common one I see. But what is it? Let me know. The gold to silver ratio also continues its attempts at the 83 to 1 level, which is actually that's pretty high. I mean, we saw it as low as like 75, maybe even a little lower earlier, a couple months ago, I would say, and that still is extremely high. Even low 70s is high. Looking at the natural average, which should be around 16 to 1, but in realistic, in today's times, I would say 35 to 1 would be an average ratio. If you want to be in La La Land and really look at the ratio or what it should be around 16 to 1. Honestly, a lot lower than that, but that's what the ratio has been for thousands of years, is 16 to 1. Comes out of the ground around 8, 9 to 1. So that's really what it should be. Actually, it should be smaller than that, actually, when you look at silver as a byproduct. But that's a whole different video. But, regardless, the ratio is extremely high. I do think, and I'm saying all this because I do think that the ratio will go back to more natural levels over time, just as these two markets start to pull apart from each other. So, anyways, they do go down to the technical analysis down here, but it's not really much to look at for the technicals unless you're like a marginal day trader. But highly recommend that you just buy the physical metal and hold it, which I'm sure most of you do, anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. We are also doing a silver raid on May 15th. Now, I forgot how many of you support the channel. And when I said go on other Silver Stackers channels and comment in the video Silver Raid May 15th, I didn't mean spam their channels. That's kind of, that could be a little insulting or just a little annoying to some channels. That's my fault because I forgot that you guys really do listen to me. And I mean, I appreciate that. But yeah, don't do that. Don't spam other people's channels. And it's not even really spam. I thought about this. Even if each one of you just comments once on a video, it's still gonna look like spam from all these different people. So that's my fault. Just ease up. Maybe just post it on like on Wall Street Silver or Facebook or whatever. But yeah, be mindful of that. That a lot of these channels don't want just random spamming silver raid all over people's channels. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.